Hello everyone, Brian here from AQUATECH. Now, one question we get quite often is how do I properly take care of my O-rings as far as removing them, cleaning them, and then reinstalling them back into the sport housing. So today, that's what I'm going to go over. Now, as you probably know, there are two main O-rings. There's one on the front here that the port seals against, and then there's one on the back here that the backplate seals against. Now, the housing I'm going to be using today for the demonstration is going to be our brand new Reflex sport housing. Now, the great thing about this is that what I'm going to show you actually transfers over to the other housings as well. So now the first step, just open up the backplate here. And because I've been using the sport housings for quite a long time, I just simply use my hand to remove the O-rings. But if you are having any kind of issues, you can use something like a credit card. But the one thing is you just want to make sure whatever you do use doesn't poke or it can puncture the O-ring. So I just take the credit card, I'll just use this as a demonstration, put it between the groove of the housing and the O-ring, and just scoop the O-ring out. And once you get some of the O-ring out, it comes out pretty easy. So let's remove that back O-ring, and I'll remove the front O-ring. All right, now with both the O-rings out, I use a damp paper towel just to run the O-ring through and clean out any debris or hair. Got my main back O-ring and just do the same thing. Now I'm going to use the same damp paper towel just to clean the grooves of the housing. Clean the back groove, put the card, paper towel to the side, and now it's time to reinstall the O-rings. Now the one thing about both these O-rings is that they are silicone O-rings. And another question that we get quite often is, do I put grease on these O-rings? And the answer is no, because these are silicone O-rings. They actually take care of themselves, so no grease is needed. Now I'll install the rear O-ring. Now these O-rings do stretch, so that is one issue that some people do run into when they reinstall the O-rings, is that they put it into the groove and then they push the O-ring around to try to install into the groove. So what happens is you end up with like a bunched up piece at the very end and you think that the O-ring is too big. So what you do is actually just set the O-ring down on top of the groove and just push it straight down into the groove. All right, now for the front port O-ring. Now just set it down on top of the groove and just push the O-ring straight down. And there you have it. Now that is how you properly take out your O-rings, clean them, and then reinstall them. Now, if you have any questions or if you run into any issues, please reach out to our experienced team as we're here to help you out.